In the heart of Manhattan, where skyscrapers cast long shadows over bustling streets, a girl named Lila stood shivering outside the glass tower of Zenith Enterprises. Her thin coat did little against the December wind, and her sneakers, worn to threads, barely clung to her feet. At 17, Lila carried a weight no teenager should, a promise made to her dying mother. In her trembling hand, she clutched a crumpled letter, its edges frayed from countless readings. The words inside were her only map. Asterisk, find Gabriel Hart. Tell him about me. He'll know what to do. Asterisk. Lila's mother, Mara, had been a quiet woman, her life a tapestry of small joys and relentless struggles. A single mother, she'd worked 2 jobs to keep food on their table in a cramped Brooklyn apartment. Cancer stole her slowly, and in her final days, she'd whispered to Lila about a man named Gabriel, her voice fragile but urgent. He's important, Lila. Find him. He'll help you. Mara never explained why, and Lila, too grief-stricken to press, had nodded through tears. Now, standing before the gleaming headquarters of one of the world's richest men, Lila felt smaller than ever. Inside, Gabriel Hart, the billionaire CEO of Zenith, sat at his desk on the 70th floor, staring at a spreadsheet that blurred before his eyes. At 42, he was a man who'd built an empire from nothing, his name synonymous with innovation and ruthlessness. Forbes called him a visionary. Tabloids called him cold. Both were half right. Gabriel hadn't always been this way. Once, he'd been a boy in a small Ohio town, dreaming of changing the world, not just its balance sheets. But years of betrayals and boardroom battles had hardened him. He trusted no one, loved no one, and preferred it that way. The receptionist barely glanced at Lila when she entered the lobby, her sneakers squeaking on the marble floor. No appointments without clearance, the woman said, eyeing Lila's patched jeans. Lila's voice, soft but steady, cut through the dismissal. I need to see Mr. Hart. It's about my mother. She's gone now, but she told me to find him. The receptionist's eyes flickered with something. Pity, perhaps, but she shook her head. Write a letter. He doesn't see walk-ins. Lila's heart sank, but she didn't leave. She sat on a bench outside, the letter in her pocket a tether to her mother's last wish. Hours passed. Snow dusted her hair. She didn't move. Not when the security guard gave her a wary glance, nor when the lunch crowd streamed by, their designer coats brushing past her. She was invisible, just another shadow in a city that didn't pause. Upstairs, Gabriel was wrapping a call when his assistant, Claire, knocked. Sir, there's a girl outside. Been there all morning. Says it's about her mother. Gabriel frowned, annoyed. Charity cases go through the foundation. Claire hesitated. She's different. Looks like she's not leaving. Something in her tone, rare for Claire, who was unflappable, made Gabriel pause. Fine. 5 minutes. Bring her up. When Lila stepped into Gabriel's office, she looked like a sparrow in a storm, small, defiant, but fragile. Gabriel leaned back, arms crossed. What's this about? He asked, his tone clipped. Lila swallowed, her fingers tightening around the letter. Hi, sir. My mother told me to find you before she died. Her name was Mara Ellis. The name hit Gabriel like a forgotten song. Mara, the girl from Ohio, all those years ago. The one who'd believed in him when he was just a kid with big dreams and no money. The one he'd left behind. 25 years earlier, Gabriel and Mara had been inseparable. She was the artist with a laugh like sunlight. He the restless dreamer sketching blueprints in a diner after school. They'd promised to conquer the world together. Her with her paintings, him with his ideas. But when Gabriel got a scholarship to MIT, he left, chasing ambition. Mara stayed, her own dreams fading under the weight of a hard life. He'd meant to call, to write, but time slipped away. Success swallowed him whole. He hadn't known about her illness, her daughter, her struggles. Guilt, long buried, clawed at him now. Lila didn't know any of this. She only knew the letter, which she handed to Gabriel with trembling hands. He read it silently, Mara's familiar handwriting a ghost from his past. Asterisk Gabriel, if you're reading this, I'm gone. I never blamed you for leaving. You were meant for big things. My daughter, Lila, is my world. She's kind, strong, but she's alone now. Please, help her. Not with money, though she'll need that, but with your heart. Show her the man I knew, not the one the world sees. Mara, asterisk. Gabriel's throat tightened. He looked at Lila, really looked, saw Mara's eyes in hers. "What do you need?" he asked, softer now. Lila blinked, surprised. I don't know. Mom said you'd understand. I just want to keep her promise." She paused, then added, "I don't want your money, sir. I just want to know why she sent me to you." Over the next weeks, Gabriel didn't just open his wallet. He opened his life. He learned about Lila's dreams of becoming a teacher, her love for books, her quiet strength despite a life of hardship. He didn't offer her a penthouse or a trust fund. Instead, he gave her a job at Zenith's community outreach program, a scholarship for college, and, most importantly, his time. They talked about Mara, her laugh, her stubborn hope, her love for Lila. Through Lila, Gabriel rediscovered the boy he'd been, the one who believed kindness could change the world. But the story wasn't simple. Lila's presence stirred whispers in Zenith's boardroom. Some saw her as a PR stunt, others a weakness in their untouchable CEO. A rival executive, Victor Klein, saw opportunity. He leaked rumors to the press. Billionaire's secret daughter? The headlines exploded, painting Lila as a gold digger, Gabriel as a fraud. Lila, mortified, wanted to disappear. "I'm ruining your life," she told Gabriel, tears in her eyes. "I should have never come." Gabriel, for the first time in years, didn't care about the optics. He held a press conference, Lila at his side, and told the truth. Mara was a friend, Lila her daughter, and he was honoring a promise. "This isn't about money," he said, his voice steady. "It's about humanity, about doing what's right." The room fell silent, then erupted in questions. Lila, nervous but resolute, spoke up. "My mother believed in him. So do I." Her words, simple and raw, cut through the cynicism. The world listened. The climax came at Zenith's annual gala, a glittering event Lila felt out of place attending. She wore a borrowed dress, her nerves fraying as she stood among billionaires and celebrities. Gabriel, sensing her discomfort, pulled her aside. "You don't need to be anyone but yourself," he said. "Your mother was the same way." That night, he announced a new foundation in Mara's name, dedicated to helping single mothers and their children. Lila, overcome, took the stage to thank him. Her voice cracked as she spoke of her mother's selflessness, her belief in second chances. The room, usually jaded, stood in applause, some in tears. In the months that followed, Gabriel and Lila's bond grew, not as father and daughter, but as something undefined, built on mutual respect. Lila thrived at college, her future bright. Gabriel, softer now, began mentoring others, his empire no longer his only legacy. The world watched, moved by a story that reminded them of what matters. Not wealth, but the quiet power of kindness, the way one promise, kept, can ripple outward. Lila never forgot her mother's words, nor the man who'd honored them. And Gabriel, for the first time in years, felt whole. In a city of millions, two hearts had found each other, proving that even in the coldest towers, humanity could still bloom.